So we have seen magnetic materials are the substances which when placed in external magnetic field, they acquire magnetism or they get magnetized. That means they are possessing the property to be a magnetic. The substance which possesses the property to be a magnet when placed in external magnetic field is called magnetic material, that we have defined and understood. Now, if all the magnetic materials are getting magnetized when they are placed in external magnetic field, then what is the criteria upon which we are classifying these magnetic materials into three major classes: diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic. Okay, to understand magnetic materials, initially you have to concentrate on this simple graph. It is a plot of flux density, which we can also call as magnetic induction or intensity of magnetic field or magnetization also. Okay, so if you are indicating it by B, by M or by flux density, it is telling about the same thing. So this is graph of flux density against the strength of applied magnetic field, that is H. So on x-axis we have H, that is field strength of applied field, and on y-axis we have flux density or magnetic induction. You can see in this plot, this is the behavior of diamagnetic materials, wherein the permeability of diamagnetic materials is even less than the absolute permeability. That means diamagnetic substances, they can get magnetized very weakly, but in a direction opposite to applied field direction. That's why this graph is lying in the negative region. If we come to paramagnetic substances, here you can say, here you can see actually the magnetic moment vectors are oriented, but they are oriented randomly, because paramagnetic substances are having the permeability which is slightly greater than absolute permeability or permeability of free space. So that's why even though the paramagnetic substances are getting magnetized in the same direction as that of applied magnetic field, they get weakly magnetized. And coming to ferromagnetic substances, naturally the permeability of ferromagnetic materials is very high than the absolute permeability, because of which all the dipole moment vectors of all the elementary volumes in the ferromagnetic substances, those are oriented in the same direction. As a result, the vector sum of these moments is maximum, and you can see that ferromagnetic substances, they acquire very high magnetization for lower value of applied field. If you can read the graph, it is very easy for you to understand magnetic materials. And as we just said, magnetic materials are the substances acquiring magnetism in presence of external magnetic field. If that is true, what is the criterion which we are applying to classify magnetic materials into different classes like diamagnetic, paramagnetic or ferromagnetic? To understand that, to go through it quickly, we have written some criterion, and those are the things like this. The first one you can see, if you place your substance in external magnetic field, you have to see either it is getting strongly magnetized or weakly magnetized in presence of that field. So the first criteria is weak or strong magnetization of the substance. The second criterion is when you place your substance in external magnetic field, the substance gets magnetized, but when you remove the external magnetic field, either your substance is losing magnetism or it is acquiring magnetism on permanent basis. So this can be the second criteria, either you get the substance temporarily or permanently magnetized. Then the third criteria can be the direction of magnetization. When the substance acquires magnetization in presence of external magnetic field, either it is getting magnetized in the same direction as that of applied magnetic field, either it is acquiring magnetism in opposite direction. That can be the third criterion for classification. Then you have the fourth one, what is the magnetic susceptibility of material. In previous video we have seen that susceptibility of material is nothing but it is the ease with which the material can be influenced by external magnetic field. So depending upon the value of susceptibility, either it is high or low, either it is positive or negative, you can have the classification of magnetic materials, ki how easily you can magnetize the material or how tough it is for you to magnetize the material to a lower extent even. The next criterion is relative permeability mu r. We know that relative permeability, it is the measure of the degree, it is the measure of the extent to which the substance can be magnetized, and depending upon that you can put your substance into different classes like either diamagnetic, paramagnetic or ferromagnetic. Then once your substance gets magnetized, how this substance is behaving in external magnetic field. This can be one criterion for classification. And in this external magnetic field also we can classify it into two fields. If the field is acting parallel to the direction of magnetization of the substance, either it is acting perpendicular, okay, that can be the criteria. Or you can say ki the field, if it is a uniform magnetic field, how the substance behaves. If it is a non-uniform or inhomogeneous magnetic field, how the substance is behaving in that field, that can be one criteria. The next criterion can be either the magnetization of the substance is the linear function of applied field strength. That means you go on increasing the strength of applied field and accordingly the magnetization will go on increasing. Either it is a linear function of applied field strength, either it is a non-linear complex function, which we will be talking about in ferromagnetic materials. But this is one criteria, magnetization as function of H. And the last one, it can be the susceptibility of susceptibility of all magnetic materials. Either it is temperature dependent or either it is independent of temperature. So these are the criterion for classification. In short, we will revise those. It can be, the first one is weak or strong magnetization. The second one is temporary or permanent magnetization. The third is direction of magnetization. The fourth is magnetic susceptibility of the material. Fifth one can be relative permeability of the material. Then the behavior of the substance in external magnetic field when the field is uniform, and behavior of substance in external magnetic field when the field is non-uniform or inhomogeneous field. Then seventh is magnetization as function of applied field strength, that is H, and the eighth one is susceptibility as function of temperature, that is susceptibility of magnetic materials, either it depends upon temperature or it is independent of temperature. Continue it. If you have understood these things, we can go for the features of diamagnetic, paramagnetic and ferromagnetic material. Have you understood this? Okay. So the next point will be criterion. We will keep here for our reference so that it will become easy for you, and we will write down the title, features of diamagnetic materials. Once you understand the criterion for classification, once you understand what are magnetic materials, it becomes simple for you to understand or to enlist the features of materials. Okay. Now for diamagnetic material, in the graph we have seen that it was lying in the negative region and even it was weakly magnetized. So first feature of diamagnetic materials can be the substance which when placed in external magnetic field acquire feeble magnetism. Feeble is weak. The substance which when placed in external magnetic field acquire feeble magnetism in a direction opposite to external magnetic field. So magnetism acquired is feeble it is in a direction opposite to external magnetic field, that is H. Okay. Now, in case of diamagnetic materials, if you remove the external magnetic field or applied magnetic field, the acquired magnetism, it goes away. The substance loses its magnetism, and that's how it is acquiring a magnetism on temporary basis. So the third feature can be it acquires the magnetism on temporary basis. That is, it gets weakly magnetized in a direction opposite to external magnetic field, and it loses its magnetism when you remove the applied magnetic field. Okay, this is the third feature of diamagnetic materials. The fourth one can be the susceptibility. Now you have seen that these substances are getting weakly magnetized, again in a direction opposite to applied field strength. So susceptibility of these materials, it is very low and it is negative. Susceptibility, that is chi m, magnetic susceptibility of diamagnetic materials is very low and it is negative. To be precise, it is of the order of 10 to the power minus 6. It is having that much low value. Naturally, susceptibility of these materials is very low, so relative permeability is always 1 plus susceptibility, but susceptibility is negative. So relative permeability is also very less than 1. And what this relative permeability is indicating? It is indicating the extent to which the substance is magnetized. The degree of magnetization, and that degree of magnetization is very low, as we have already mentioned, it is acquiring weak magnetism. The next feature of diamagnetic materials can be, once when these substances are magnetized in external magnetic field, okay, how they are behaving in the external field, which is either uniform field. म्हणजे एक suppose we consider कि we take a rod of diamagnetic material and we freely suspend that rod into uniform external magnetic field. This field is different from which is magnetizing it. Okay, so when a rod of diamagnetic substance is suspended freely in uniform magnetic field, it comes to rest in a position parallel to magnetic field lines. Okay, and in non-uniform magnetic field, these substances, they are pushed from the stronger region of field towards the weaker region. That means, suppose we consider that this is the region wherein the magnetic field is acting and it is non-uniform, that is inhomogeneous. म्हणजे काय, intensity of field is different at different points. It is high somewhere, low somewhere, like that. So if you place your diamagnetic material into such field, then it is repelled away from the stronger region of field towards the weaker region. The reason is it is magnetized in a direction opposite to external magnetic field. So that's how the substances are behaving in external magnetic field when the field is uniform and when the field is non-uniform. We just said that in uniform magnetic field, when the rod of diamagnetic material is freely suspended, it comes to rest in a position parallel to external magnetic field. And in non-uniform magnetic field, when the sample of diamagnetic material is placed, it is pushed from stronger region of the field towards weak region or region of low intensity, you can say. This is the one feature. Then magnetization of diamagnetic substances, as we have seen in the previous graph, it is a linear function of applied magnetic field when the field is not too strong. For the moderate value of applied field, magnetization of diamagnetic materials is a linear function of applied magnetic field, and naturally the susceptibility of diamagnetic materials, you can say this we can write as, it is independent of temperature. Its value is not depending upon what is the temperature of sample. So susceptibility of diamagnetic materials, it is independent of temperature. Looking at the criterion, understanding criteria, for each criteria we can write down, we can enlist one feature, and that way at least we can get 8 features of diamagnetic materials. In short, quickly we will revise these features. So talking about features of diamagnetic materials, the first feature is that the substance which when placed in external magnetic field acquire feeble magnetism or gets weakly magnetized in the direction opposite to field, it is called a diamagnetic material. Okay. For your information, diamagnetic material can exist in solid, liquid or gaseous state. This is true. Okay. Then it is acquiring magnetism on temporary basis. That means when you remove the external field, applied field, it will lose its magnetism. So acquired magnetism is on temporary basis. Then the value of magnetic susceptibility, it is very low and negative. It is of the order of 10 to the power -6. Good. Then the relative permeability of diamagnetic substances, it is slightly less than unity, because μr is 1 plus chi-m and chi-m is low and negative. Then the next one is when a rod of diamagnetic substance is freely suspended in uniform magnetic field, it comes to rest in a position parallel to external magnetic field, and in non-uniform field, when the substance is placed, it is, what you can say, it is pushed away from the stronger region of field towards the weak region. Magnetization of the substance is a linear function of applied field strength H, and the diamagnetic susceptibility is independent of temperature. You understand this?